Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the judgiest place on the Pisternet. My name is Josh.
My name is Rick.
And my name is Christian.
And we are
The
Judgies. That's right. Back in here than ever.
Yup.
Wait, it's a Rick episode.
All right, that's it. Oh, God.
This is what you get.
Joshua,
Yeah,
tomorrow is our Piss Baby meetup in Chicago.
it sure is. Very excited for that.
And our dear friend of the pod, Nicholas,
Okay.
you know who I'm talking about, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Friend of the pod insinuates that they've been on the show.
I know. He's supposed to be on the show, but it didn't. Our
Yeah,
timing
it's
didn't
true. He
work
was
out.
supposed
He
to
got
be on the show.
COVID and then he couldn't come.
Yeah. Anyway, he's gonna meet up with us for dinner beforehand.
And now
Oh,
we're
fun.
fucking big timers and you can never you lost your chance, Snake, you little fucker.
Very fun. I haven't seen him in a very long time because he didn't come to our Thanksgiving or Christmas this year either.
I know.
Yeah, that little fucker. Oh, I got a job.
Is he going to go to the meetup?
I don't know.
I mean, he lives in Chicago. It'd be uncouth
Yeah.
of him not to.
Would be uncool of him too. What's couth mean?
It's the opposite of pooth, Charlie.
Or otherwise.
This is
And this
actually
would
huge
be
news.
otherwise. Sorry, what?
This is huge news for me.
Uncouth means you don't have perfect pitch.
That sucks for me. I'm very uncouth.
All right, there's a 5-star review on Apple. How about that? It's been a while.
How about them apples?
Go to apple.co/
Reviews.
the Judgies. Link in the description. 5-star review, and we'll potentially read it on the podcast.
Maybe.
This is from somebody. Oh, what's the topic? This podcast is almost as good as The Office. So much laugh, many smile. Can we get more incel stories? They're my favorite. Not this episode. I'm very sorry to say.
There's
You
a
don't know.
chance.
There is a non-zero chance, but
most likely
most
next
likely
week.
not. Probably next week entirely oops all incels. How about that?
Oopsies.
Except for it's not going to be an oops if it's planned.
Tell that to Mr. Captain Cruncher himself.
That is very true. They say oops, but they're making massive amounts of oops all berries boxes.
Yeah.
I think we really stumbled into something here, guys. I think we need to get to the bottom of this. Let's end this podcast now and let's do some research on oops all berries.
Okay.
But it's my episode.
And when it's your
See you
episode,
next week, guys.
you're the one who goes online and finds silly little stories.
Start over. Do it again.
Well, can I just say, since I'm
No.
starting over, welcome if you're new to the show. We've kind of
yeah.
been freaking popping off on Instagram. So if you're new to the show, welcome.
Welcome.
Hi.
We're not your typical read stories on the internet podcast. We're better.
We're the bad boys of reading internet stories on a podcast.
We're personality driven. So if you don't like
Well,
us, that's
some
a,
of us are.
that's a you thing about it.
What did we mean by that?
What's that?
You have no personality. You're a blank slate that's just hot. You're here for the ogling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the old slab of meat in the corner of the screen. Okay.
Slab of meat in the corner.
Who's editing this episode?
Me.
Can you edit in some heart eyes on my face?
You guys
When
made
you
me
say-
do a fumble of a gold Hershey's bar last
It was
time.
very good. Can I say that?
Do you know how lucky we were that there existed a gold Hershey's bar?
I mean,
I
Chrome.
don't think he specified that it had to be a gold.
He
Hershey's
said
bar.
gold bar, or you said Hershey's bar, and you said a gold bar, and then he said a gold Hershey's bar.
It can't be that hard to chroma shift to gold.
Do you know how hard it is to get gold? Gold is not just a yellow color. Are you fucking kidding me? To get a luster to it?
If you're new here, welcome. Because what we do on this podcast is we go online and we find silly little stories. And Erica is the one who did that today.
I found some stories, and by I found, I mean a bunch of people sent me stories, and I appreciate them. This is a screenshot from a Facebook group.
Love that.
This was sent to me on Instagram by Juno.
Thanks, Juno.
Thanks, Juno.
Hope you are okay with me saying your name.
Still got a bun in the oven?
Nice. It's a reference to
What's your opinion on orange Tic Tacs? Read the story quick.
The group is called A Group That Makes Small Decisions for You.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so this poster says, my husband likes artificial scents, but they give me a headache and make me feel really awful. when he bought a 6-pack of tropical Febreze air fresheners that are meant for the car. I immediately got nauseous. I asked him to take them out and either throw the rest away or give them to a friend. The next few weeks, I could still smell it, but couldn't see it in the car. I went to the trunk, and he had hidden it behind the seat. I asked him again to get rid of them. I even bought a wooden air vent and essential oils for the car so he could have the freshness he likes.
Do we think he's hiding them in the trunk, or he just put them
Forgot
away in the trunk?
If I was in the position and they are out of sight, guess what? They're out of mind.
Yeah.
Then a few weeks later, I could smell the same tropical scent again, but this time it was in the house. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I asked him about it, and he said he didn't know what I was talking about.
Uh-oh.
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 Uh-oh. Gaslighting.
It was driving me crazy. So finally, I sniffed it out like a dog, and he had put the air fresheners in the AC vent in the bathroom ceiling.
Okay, did he mean to do that? Or was he just put it there for storage? And
He was
forgot
taking
about
them out of the trunk, then he needs somewhere to put it, and he just, where will I remember? If I set it somewhere, I'll remember it. And he said, oh, the vent in the bathroom.
He said that he didn't think I would mind because it wasn't in the car.
It's a bigger area.
I pleaded with him again to throw them away because they make me physically ill and they're bad for our health. I don't know about that, but probably. I mean, most things are.
If they're making
so.
you physically ill,
Yeah.
sure.
So a few months go by, and today I walk into the kitchen and I can smell the tropical scent again.
Not in the freaking oven hood.
But this time, the bottom of the garbage.
You
Happy
guys,
ending.
he hid it in the back of the cabinet where we keep our Tupperware. 3 strikes and I'm out. What do I do? Thumbs up to remove it myself and ignore it. He's never going to change. A heart. Wait until he comes home and have a heart-to-heart with him. Maybe he will really understand how much this affects me.
First, neither of those are going to work.
No.
The Tupperware one is the biggest offense.
Because now it's going to fucking make everything taste
All
like
of your
it.
Tupperware is going to absorb that tropical scent.
Yeah.
Tupperware does not let go of scents.
No, it does not.
Boy, yeah, this dude really threw all plausible deniability out with,
Yeah.
with the fucking in the vents to the bathroom. Not a
Yup.
bad idea.
For air freshener wise, like if
Yeah.
you're trying to.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, the vent in the bathroom
Sucks in.
sucks. Yeah.
So it's a bad idea.
But she did say it was an AC vent, so maybe.
Oh, there we go.
not a bad idea. We're back on board.
I thought it was going to be maybe like in the furnace vent. That would have been funny.
Yeah.
You get the whole freaking house sniffing it.
It was in the AC vent in the bathroom ceiling.
Yeah, some vents go up. Maybe she
They
means
just-
like high on the wall or something.
They just have a poorly set up HVAC, ductwork system.
Sure. But yeah, that man, he's not gonna change.
No.
He doesn't. He does not value your opinion, and does not give a shit about your likes and dislikes and your well-being. So you need to leave him.
Also, just in general, tropical, bad choice on the scent.
Yeah, not the best.
Even if you're
sense.
gonna get a artificial scent, which I mean, I don't know what all falls under that category. Tropical's got to be near the bottom.
I don't mind the scent of tropical, but I guess I wouldn't want it like all the time.
No.
You know what I mean?
If I'm riding in a friend's car and it's like this happens once in a while, fine. A little change of scenery. If it's every day, I would need a clean linen.
If I'm going to a Margaritaville, I expect to be spritzed by a tropical scent.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
instead of change of scenery, would it be change of smellery?
Interesting.
Century.
Okay.
Century. Joshua, have you used your Pokemon?
Yeah, I have it up in my car.
Does it smell good?
Yeah, of
Is
course.
it too strong?
No, so they got me for Christmas. They're like oversized Pokemon cards that are air fresheners, and Aurora's very sensitive to smell.
Oh,
And
I didn't know that.
I drive everywhere, and so she was very anti me putting it in my car. But
Ooh.
I did the classic. I just kept it in the plastic, but just have like the corner torn open, so it's like the perfect. Like she doesn't even notice it anymore. Like, and it makes the
Okay.
car smell good. So it's great.
I did not know that about her. So,
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? She's used to it, so.
okay.
She complained for like literally the first second, and then the next time we got in the car, I was like, "Do you smell it?" And she's like, "Smell what?" And I was like, "Hey."
And then you ripped one. You went.
Smells like burnt popcorn.
You ready for the next one?
What a way to ruin a freaking marriage.
What do we think they should? Do you think a conversation's not going to help?
What did she say? What did she say in the original talk she had with her husband? Was it just get rid of those? They're bad?
Must have
Asked
been.
him to take them out, either throw the rest away or give them to a friend. Next week, I asked him again to get rid of them.
So twice, yeah. Pretty
And
bad
a
on
few
his
weeks later,
end.
smelled them in the house. I asked him
Yeah.
about it. He lied,
Okay.
and then he didn't think I would mind. Pleaded with him again to throw them away. So that's 3.
Yeah,
This would be a 4th time.
I think after number 3, you have a conversation. Number 4,
Yeah, out the door.
you literally choke him with the strings on it. You tie all of them together until it's a big enough string to wrap around his neck, and you just.
That's the rules, Erica.
That's the
I mean,
rules.
That's the rules.
Listen,
Or you shove it down his throat until you see the pine tree shape of the air fresheners, that they all come in that shape, and you see it like in his throat like a fishbone.
well, this is a
kind of
tropical
style.
scent, so it would come in a palm tree shape.
Oh, I still think the brand always has them in the pine tree shape, right?
Depends on the brand.
Depends on the brand.
I think you do it King of the Hill cigarette style, and you just put a bajillion of them in his car until he gets sick of the scent.
Okay.
The next one is a apple crisp recipe from my mother-in-law. Just kidding. The next one is another Facebook group thing, but I don't know the title of the group.
We're delving into a new regions here, kind of.
Does Marsha have a good apple crisp recipe?
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, it's one of those like grandma recipes where it's just like you
pour
eyeball
all
all of it and you just do it until it's good, and then I make it. I've made it like 4 times now, and every time it's like that's kind of shit.
Aurora's apple crisp recipe is very, very good.
Apple crisp was so good. Okay, so this next one was sent to us by Abigail.
Love that for you, Abigail.
This is a Facebook group. I don't know what the Facebook group is called. And this person says, I wonder what y'all think. I booked a hair and makeup artist based on her clear talent, decades of experience, excellent reviews, and popularity. But
Okay.
after I had a trial, I decided I didn't like her personality or how she talked, even though everyone else does.
I hate her voice.
I just didn't.
Been there, honey.
Are you saying you don't like my voice?
No, I hate my voice. A lot of people hate my voice, Erica.
No, they don't.
That's why
Get
they
in the
always,
comments.
That's why they always confuse us together. They think that his voice is mine because they can only imagine that I have a terrible, terrible voice like Christians.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. We just didn't click and we have different lifestyles. I don't like her lifestyle. She's okay with not being married with children, and that
Okay.
doesn't sit well with me.
Okay.
She also wouldn't do contouring that I wanted because she said it wouldn't look good, but the makeup and hair that was done was otherwise really good. So she asked for
Okay.
something specific and she didn't do it, but it still looked good.
But did good makeup still.
So,
Yes.
So the expert told you that probably won't work, and you went, well,
Also, she took too many days to reply to messages and emails. I mean, who is too busy for that? I have a desk job, and I reply to everyone within an hour.
You're at your desk.
But I just can't move past my senses. So a few days,
That's your job. Her job is to do makeup and hair.
I just can't move past my senses. So a few days later, I canceled her, and my wedding is just before Christmas. I knew the 50% deposit was non-refundable, but when I booked, but I want my deposit back so I can put it towards someone else.
No.
that's not how that works.
She won't give me back my deposit because she said she lost other opportunities and my reason isn't good enough.
Right.
Do you guys think she owes me a refund?
No.
Absolutely fucking not.
Imagine not continuing with good service because they like having kids and not being married at the time.
Listen, I 100% understand like you not clicking with them. You're especially on your wedding day, like you're going to be spending a significant portion of that day with your hair and makeup person. And I understand if you don't vibe with them, like not wanting them around 100%. I also understand to an extent not agreeing with their lifestyle, but like not in this situation.
Yeah.
Like her being okay without marriage and children or whatever. That's not like I don't know.
It'd be one thing if they were smoking crack while they were doing your hair.
Yes, that's what I mean.
I don't agree with this lifestyle.
Correct. But then also, it's not my business.
Right.
But I'm also not going to give you my business
Right.
if that's what you're doing. I don't know. I don't agree with this girl at all. I understand, like I said, you don't vibe with them. You don't want to work with them. Sure.
Right.
But
I mean, but also, don't you have a wedding party there that you can just talk to instead? I don't know how it goes.
Unless this person is not having a wedding party.
Then why they spend so much money on your makeup?
Yeah. I feel like this person just like is a
difficult person.
Difficult person.
Yes.
And like, because I don't know, like it just seems like something. The three reasons they described are such nonsense reasons.
Yes.
That there's probably hiding a reason.
That and the fact that she's like, well, I knew when I booked that the 50% deposit was non-refundable, but I want it back anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Especially even she says, like, I think she lets it slip a little bit where she's like, she said that that's not a good enough reason, which implies that the hairdresser maybe would have refunded it if there was a serious reason. Mm-hmm. So like you even are letting it slip that the hairdresser is probably not a bad person.
With COVID, a lot of, the wedding industry got really fucked, during the pandemic, but a lot of the wedding industry did do refunds on their deposits because it was, what do they call that? An act of God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I got an Instagram message today from some lady that got mad at me in one of our episodes where I talked bad about Jesus Christ, apparently.
Got mad at you?
You got political about Jesus?
Mm-hmm. Let me read it to you.
People were coming for you on
Me?
TikTok, Erica, yeah.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
On which episode?
It was the video about you called the person rude for
dude
revealing that he knew it wasn't their baby while right after she delivered the baby. You're like rude, and everyone's like, "Wow, unsurprising that the blonde one has a bad take." And it's like, what?
I'm surprised that TikTok had bad comments because, hey, all you new listeners from Instagram, you guys have dog shit takes on Instagram. Let me tell you.
Yeah, Instagram comments are really bad.
Sorry to break it to you, honeys.
So this person said, love the podcast, but I got really hurt and offended about you talking about Jesus Christ on one of your episodes.
He is our Lord and Savior.
I enjoyed the podcast since it was a place where politics and religion wasn't mentioned or debated.
What does that mean?
Are you listening to the right? Are you sure this is the podcast you're talking about?
You're stupid.
And it felt like a place to get away from all that. I don't want to be an asshole, but I just wanted to let you know, and hopefully you can find empathy in my emotions.
Did they even reference when you said it?
Episode 131, but I don't know. I didn't go back and look.
Weird.
But, I empathize with your feelings, but I
don't respect
them. Yeah, that's fine. I respect that you believe in Jesus Christ, and you should respect that I don't.
Maybe we said like Jesus Christ wasn't white, and she was like, "No, I don't like that. You're not respecting my opinions on white Jesus."
Let me tell you, my 8th grade teacher didn't like that I didn't say that I said Jesus wasn't white. Okay, we're bringing up some past trauma from my childhood again. Okay, guys, let's stop this right here. And guess what? The guy that stole my joke that we brought up, listeners, you might not know this. I have a childhood friend that would say my jokes louder. He would get the laughs. It affected a big chunk of my life. Now I'm very timid, and I whisper all my jokes, if you haven't noticed. That's why I yell on the podcast.
That's why y'all think I'm so funny. I'm really stealing his jokes. Just kidding. No,
and there was one time in 8th grade where on Christmas, before Christmas break, they're like, hey, we're coloring. And I was like, it was a picture of Jesus, and I colored him tan, and guess what? You don't say Jesus isn't white at a white Christian school, guys. And then that guy stole my bit, and he colored Jesus a little bit darker, and that was kind of rude.
It was pretty good, though. It's always better the second time.
Yeah. It's a little bit funnier when you have to repeat the joke.
I got a lot of shit on Instagram specifically about the abortion story just because I'm laughing at this guy. And we got such a long fucking comment on YouTube that was like, I just think it's so like, I'm pro-choice, but I do not think it's okay for you guys to laugh at somebody else's misfortune and their struggles in such a hard time for them. And it's just like, wow, you suck. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
His misfortune was not having sex.
Yeah, he was like, I can't get laid anymore, but I'm really glad that like access to healthcare was removed from over half the population. Like, get your freaking priorities straight.
Okay, the next one.
Now that we've aired our grievances,
There's our politics segment.
Also, I just feel like, why are you sending that to me?
No. Yeah. Is that going to change how
It's
you act?
not going to change anything.
We are personality driven, meaning that we're not changing our personalities. If we cared more about like creating a non offensive podcast, then maybe we would. But clearly that's not our MO.
I do have to censor a lot of this episode now.
That's true.
This really stinks.
It's just gonna go, hello everybody, non-white Jesus. Just everything is cut out in between.
This is in relationship_advice.
Ooh.
This was also a screenshot sent to me on Instagram. I don't find my own stories anymore. My husband keeps requesting a paternity test each time I have our babies.
Whoa.
A little weird. That's a
Whoa.
little weird.
We're on baby number 3 now.
Okay.
Very weird.
Yeah.
This upsets me every time he does this.
Sure.
After I give birth, he requests a paternity test to ensure the babies are his. Of course, all tests come out to be him being the father. He has been my first and only man I've ever slept with. I was a virgin until I got married, and we've been married for 11 years now.
For now.
Virginity is a construct. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we both wanted 3 kids, and now we are done having children.
Great.
This is the only thing he does that really irks me. I gave birth to our 3rd child last month. He knows I would never cheat on him. Does he? He says he does this as a precaution, and every man should do this.
I don't like that.
He says he wouldn't be able to sleep at night unless he has biological proof, even though he knows I would never do this to him. His biggest fear is raising someone else's kid.
Why?
This fear comes from a personal experience that happened to a very close family friend of his. His family friend raised a child his whole life, not knowing he wasn't the father until that child took an ancestry test when he was in his 20s. I understand his concerns, although this is just insulting and embarrassing every time he does this, and it does hurt my feelings. I know I should just let this go, but it bothers me. Can you imagine?
Sounds like he's very insecure.
This being one of the happiest moments of your entire life, you know, the 3 times that it happens,
Top
and
3.
you're like, well, I can't love that child until I know it's mine.
Yeah, that's insane. What an insane disconnect.
Yeah.
Like, what way to throw like everything else that's like magical and like wonderful about that moment out the door,
Well, yeah.
just to be like selfish and like not trusting of your partner.
And that's the thing, like, if there was a reason for you to not trust your partner and give you those feelings like, okay, she's been kind of shady, or, you know, this one situation happened and I'm not sure how I feel about it, then sure, you can request a paternity test.
Yeah.
But I just feel like for each one,
If you're 3 kids deep and you still feel that way, like unironically, you shouldn't be dating that. You shouldn't be with that person.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking where she was saying, like, everything else is fine in the relationship. It's like,
Is it
I don't know.
though?
Are you ignoring? There's got to be way more insecurities if he's so worried that this kid might not be his for the 3rd time.
Yeah. If that's ever crossing your mind that frequently, that should be a lot of red flags. A lot of red flags.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Especially because like look, I get it. Like raising somebody else, like raising somebody that's not your kid, it would be a complete betrayal of your partner. That doesn't mean that you don't form a connection and bond
Yeah.
with
That's the
that
other thing,
child as you
too.
raise them as the de facto father.
Correct. Like, it doesn't change the fact that you're still that kid's dad.
That's how I felt when he's like, well, a family friend found out when his kid was in his mid-20s. It's like, so he already spent his entire life as his dad.
That's
Why-
a bond you'll never be able to break.
It doesn't
Correct.
change anything at that point now.
Like I get the betrayal from the
Yeah.
spouse or the partner in that regard, but definitely something that like toxic masculine, like I need to have progeny to like extend my seed type shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Just fucking stop being weird about it. You got 3 kids. Stop.
Yeah. Hopefully your kids don't pick that trait up from you. And one more for before the break.
Sure.
This one is sent to me by Lexi on Instagram.
Love that for
Oh
you,
my God,
Lexi.
Lexi.
What are your thoughts on Orange Tic Tacs?
Anyway. am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend not to spit in our food?
Okay.
We're currently not speaking because of this issue, since I find it gross and my boyfriend can't see my problem with it.
I gotta say, from title alone, I think I'm on your side.
Yeah, this seems like a very on your side type story.
I do most of the cooking in our relationship, which I'm fine with. However, occasionally, my boyfriend will want to do some cooking together / do some baking. We do a lot of activities together, especially now that we are both home a lot more.
Okay. I'm souring already. Maybe I'm biased here, but I feel like this is going to be some stupid shit. I feel like this is going to be like he licks the spoon and then puts it back in.
I could see that, and I'm thinking the spit's where the love's at, so it's the secret ingredient.
Okay. The one thing I cannot stand is a habit he has when it comes to food. If my boyfriend thinks something is too dry or needs a better consistency,
Okay, all right.
he will use his own spit and put it into the food.
Incorrect. Very bad. Disgusting.
For example, the other day we were icing homemade cookies.
No.
And I caught him thinning out the icing mixture by spitting inside the bowl and mixing it in.
That would take so much spit.
Yeah.
How many things are you like, I need to thin this out, and you need a spit-sized amount?
Babe, how much milk do we need in this kind of legs? Was it a splash? Was it a spit of?
This has been an issue for some time. So he tries to hide it whenever he does it.
Why is this that important to you to do?
But every time I catch him, I just find it gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gross.
His reply is to shrug and tell me that I get more of his saliva in my mouth when we kiss anyway, so
Hey,
it shouldn't
babe.
be that big of a deal.
You get worse fluids of me inside you eventually.
I think this brings me back to how much spit does he need to add, and then how much spit are you swapping while making out?
I've pleaded with him to use water, but he says that the texture just isn't the same
Yeah, it's better.
and has pointed out that if I can't tell the texture is different, surely it doesn't matter that it's not water anyway.
That's so gross.
This is so bad.
That's so disgusting.
I know that in a way he's right. No. No.
Oh.
No.
Why would you concede?
And it's not like I complain about his spit when we make out, but something about it being mixed with food just grosses me out.
You're not consenting to it.
Oh
Yeah.
my fucking God.
When you're making out, you consent to swap spit. That's the whole thing.
I do have to say this is a weird thing in my brain. My brain goes, there's spit in it, it's gonna go bad quicker. I don't know what the
Yeah.
logic there is, but my brain is like, it's gonna go bad
Bringing the
twice
temperature
as fast.
Bringing the temperature up.
I feel like temperature is insignificant to the amount of bacteria that you're introducing. So Lexi said, you wouldn't believe how fast I ran here to send you this. Shout out to Facebook for ruining my day with this one. She must have found it on Facebook. And then she said, if you read this on the pod, you can use my name so I can brag to my brother who introduced me to you guys. He really do always be plugging.
Sorry, Lexi's bro. You do be plugging, but you don't be submitting.
Love you all. Wishing you all the success and happiness this year. At the very least, enough so that Christian can finally quit his job too.
Oh my God, we gotta really bump up those numbers then. I gotta afford health insurance for a baby. I don't know if you know how often they go to a doctor.
A lot.
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
I hated that story.
I did too.
Girl, me too.
Listen, so look, in cooking, it is absolutely fucking disgusting.
Absolutely.
I do use spit in a lot of other ways, though. Like, I don't know,
Cleaning stuff off.
cleaning stuff off. You ever have like your mom wipe something off your face by licking a
I
napkin?
was literally just about to say, well,
Like-
I'm a mom now, so I also use spit to clean stuff off.
You know,
I don't have anything past cleaning stuff off.
impromptu lube.
No.
I mean, kind of hot.
Don't you ever fucking spit on me. Ever.
Well, it's come on, Eric.
Why
no.
wouldn't? It would go bad quicker. I would never do it, Erica.
Go bad immediately because I'm going to fucking fight you. Don't spit on me. That's disgusting.
Fair enough.
I don't
You
want.
can come on me.
I don't want to probe.
Spit in my mouth.
But when things aren't or drying up, what do?
I don't have that issue.
Never. You're
I
not.
turned my wife on, Josh.
No,
you fucking
hey, no,
idiot.
come on. I mean, like we're
No,
talking like non-penile stimulation, like when you're using like toys, anything.
Yeah, I don't have that issue.
I get the mood going first, Josh. I'm a smooth talker like that.
Otherwise, we do have lube.
But so you do just always use lube?
Well, no, I've actually never opened it because I don't have that issue. But
I'm
have it
hot,
just in
Josh.
case.
I don't know what you're like. I don't know what you're caught
Listen,
up on.
I
here.
know a bunch of fucking idiots are going to try to flame me for this, but this is an issue that a lot of people
You're having a real Ben Shapiro
have.
moment.
absolutely, and I'm not.
and
like,
it's not, listen, it's because I fucked for so long, Christian.
I was gonna say
25 minutes of
Editor, we'll go ahead and bleep that. We're gonna bleep that.
Can you bleep this whole conversation? Because Christian's parents listen to this podcast quite frequently. And I
My
don't
whole
want to
family
know.
does, and guess what? And now people from work also, I guess, listen to me.
Listen, all I'm going to say is spit is hot and works.
Not for me.
Cleaning stuff off. Well, you never tried it.
That is true.
Cleaning stuff off. Yeah, cooking is vile. Like, that is absolutely disgusting.
I sometimes get worried, like when your thought was like, "Oh, he eats it off the spoon and then like stirs it again."
Yeah.
I sometimes get worried about that, like, because I'll do that with me and Erica if I'm
If
cooking for
it's-
us two.
Yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes I won't be paying attention. And, like, if your mom's over or something, I will like unintentionally do it, and then I'm like, I really hope no one saw me do that.
Yeah. If
I
I'm
start
cooking
panicking.
for multiple groups of people or like other people, I'm not going to do that. But,
Right.
But if it's just us,
Yeah.
I'm a big
yeah.
taster as a cook guy, okay? I'm tasting the raw meat, making sure I seasoned it right. I'm tasting the cooked meat to make sure it still tastes right.
please tell me you're
He doesn't
kidding.
swallow.
He spit it back in. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is one of those things where, like, I'm teetering a little bit where she does say he has a point, because we have kind of talked ourselves into a way where, like, there is an acceptable level of spit in food, right? Like what
It's a
we
very
just discussed.
small amount of spit in food.
But I think it really lies on the intentions here. It's like you don't
Yeah.
need to do that. When you're tasting something off a spoon and then you use the spoon again, it's not like you can do anything about the spit. I mean, sometimes I'll like rinse the spoon off or whatever, but like to just actively spit onto a cookie is insane.
Yeah, no.
Or into the icing.
especially, that's
there's
what
gonna be
grosses me out
snot,
too. It's like
like-
it's in the icing, and now it's on every single cookie.
Although then it spreads out the germs more diluted.
And the cookies are gonna go bad so fast.
This ad break's gonna go by so fast as well.
And Erica's gonna try spitting in my mouth. Bye.
No rule against that.
Okay.
Welcome
Dogs can't do it.
back to this side of the podcast where dogs aren't allowed to be on the show. That's the new rule.
Spitting in my mouth is just okay.
No. What's up?
What's up?
What'd you say?
Christian wants to get punched in the mouth.
That's just okay.
Editor, play back what Christian said so everybody can hear it. Now you have to.
The spitting in my mouth is just okay.
Oh, okay. Did you know when you drink a drink, 30% of it back in the straw is mouth back back? Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Christian, Rochard, Klecknerd.
Raj nerd.
I feel like I'm in trouble.
Hit the dang thing and do the dang thing.
Circle jerk.
If you're new here, circle Jerdge, we just do fucking weird shit. That's kind of the whole thing. It's play on the word circle jerk, where we're supposed to Jerdge around the circle, but a lot of times we just do silly little things.
We're just the little goofballs.
This is where our personality really shines.
This
through.
is where the personality really shines. This is where Chrissy gets his little chaotic outlets. Erica sent me a TikTok the other day and said this might be a good circle Jerdge idea.
Sandwich or
And it was
salad.
the debate on sandwich or salad. It's back in the zeitgeist.
You motherfucker. Okay.
Why
Were
were
you gonna
do it?
too?
This is just exciting.
Okay. I
Slash
tried to
pause.
look more into it. So sandwich or salad doesn't quite cover everything. There's
Don't
a
add
lot
soup.
of there's
Please
a lot
don't
of
add
loop,
soup, man.
there's a lot of loopholes
soup
here.
holes.
So we're doing salad, sandwich, cake, or soup.
Cake. Interesting. Okay.
So here are the criteria that I feel these fall under. Soup, just gotta be in some kind of liquid.
Okay. Beef stew.
That's a soup.
Okay, I would call it a cake, but
Sandwich, A food that is inside of or requires some kind of medium to be delivered into your mouth.
Okay.
Okay.
Salad, mixed ingredients that are clearly separate in the final product.
Okay.
And cake, mixed ingredients that form a homogeneous final product.
Okay. So like cheesy scrambled eggs is cake,
Yeah.
but like scrambled eggs with cheese sprinkled on top is salad?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that's a salad.
Okay.
I mean, here's and then also a little stipulation because a lot of you little fuckers on the internet are like, what about steak? There's no single ingredient foods on the list, okay? It's got to be a multiple ingredient food.
That's fair.
Otherwise, it's just its thing. It's not a salad
That's
if it's
fair.
just lettuce.
Apple's not a salad.
That was on. Apple is not a salad, just like a chicken breast is just a chicken breast.
Right.
It's until
Now a chicken parm.
now we're talking.
Chicken
That's a
parm
cake.
is a sandwich.
I would say that's a sandwich.
Interesting.
I would say it's a sandwich.
What's the medium that you're delivering it on?
Bread.
No,
I mean,
no, I'm talking about
technically-
just chicken parm.
Yeah, the
technically,
breading
it's a
around
breaded
chicken parm.
chicken.
Oh, the breading. Interesting.
So I think that encapsulates the chicken, and now it becomes the delivery medium.
I would say it's cake.
I mean, here's an easy round to dip our little toes in it. Hot
Maybe
dog.
salad.
Hot dog. This is an
It's a
easy
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
Obvious.
Fried rice.
Fried rice, that's just a thing.
I'm going to say that is a salad.
It's a salad.
Fried rice is a salad,
That's correct,
guys.
yeah.
There's already vegetables in it, so you can't even argue that much. That
Salad
it's not
doesn't
a salad.
need to have vegetables.
Technically, doesn't need to have vegetables. You got potato salad. You
Chicken
got chicken
salad.
salad. You got tuna salad.
Potato
Macaroni.
salad, it does have vegetables.
No,
Potato is
that's
a
a tuber.
It's just it's a starch. Dietarily, it's not a vegetable.
Cereal.
Cereal's a soup.
Clearly a
Come on.
soup.
Don't kill me for this. It's a soup though.
Oreo.
Sandwich.
It's in the name. It's a cookie sandwich.
Now hang on. Are we gonna sit here and be like Oreo isn't a steak?
What do you mean?
It's a thing.
It's a singular thing. I get what you're
no,
saying
it's
there.
got 2 cookies and cream.
Okay.
There's 2 separating.
I'm
things
just
there.
asking questions.
You just you're trying to figure out.
You need to calm down, Joshua.
What do we think about spaghetti, though?
Interesting.
I'm gonna go
Salad.
Salad.
Okay. Now
I could see an argument for cake.
you can
I
see
could
an argument
not
for
see an
cake.
argument for cake.
Everything's cake. to me.
Here's the thing.
No.
I think it depends on where you're getting it from.
no.
It's a toss up between
No.
a soup and a salad. It depends on where you're
A
getting it from.
soup.
No.
It
I
depends on where you're getting
disagree.
it from.
Is cereal closer to spaghetti than like arugula with ranch on it? It's closer to spaghetti. I would say arugula with ranch is closer to me than like cereal.
It's a lot of ranch.
What if you ever have a dry spaghetti?
Yeah.
Okay, and then there you go.
Yeah, that's why I said it depends on the spaghetti. If I'm having a spaghetti from a white household, if I go to any suburban house and I have their spaghetti, they're putting an entire jar of Prego in that bad boy. Now it's a soup. If I'm going and eating with my BFF's Nona, and she made a Sunday sauce, and you get plain spaghetti noodles in front of you, and then you ladle the sauce on top, now we're talking a salad. That's a salad with a dressing on it.
I feel like that's spaghetti bolognese, not spaghetti proper. So I think it's a separate dish is what I'm trying to proclaim.
Fuck. Ice cream sundae.
Sandwich.
Ice cream sundae?
Oh shit! I
You were
was
thinking of an
of
ice cream sandwich. Yeah.
Ice cream sandwich,
sundae.
clearly sandwich.
I would say salad.
Frozen cereal?
This one is a tricky one. Is this one a soup, or it depends on how fast you get it? Honestly, right?
Is it a
I'm gonna
cake?
Say it's a salad. It's not a cake.
It's not a cake yet.
A cake is everything mixed together to make one
Meatloaf?
thing.
Cake.
Meatloaf is a cake.
No, meatloaf is its own thing. It's a steak.
Incorrect.
There's so many ingredients in a meatloaf, Josh, you little fucker.
Meat and breadcrumbs is not so many ingredients.
First of all,
The sauce on the top,
If that's all you're putting in your meatloaf fucking sucks.
a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic.
Dick in my meatloaf for 25 minutes till I rub it raw.
Have you tried spitting in it? Ice cream sundae. What were you saying?
I think it's a salad.
Salad.
I would go for frozen cereal.
Yeah, I think
That's
it's like
not an
I
option,
think it's a frozen
Joshua.
soup. It's a gazpacho. It's just the next step down from
Give me another
gazpacho.
carrot. I need more weapons.
ice cream cone.
Sandwich.
Now that's a sandwich. It's an
Interesting.
open face sandwich.
Interesting to me.
It's like poutine.
I could make an argument for cake. How isn't it like poutine?
I do have poutine. One word down. You think poutine sandwich? I beg to differ. I think poutine is a salad.
Poutine is a salad, but poutine is technically an open-faced sandwich.
There's no bread at the bottom. It's only fries, and since it's loose fries, I think it consists more. It's leaning a lot
Interesting.
more towards salad than sandwich.
Interesting.
Okay.
If you had one giant waffle fry, now we're talking sandwich.
Interesting.
Now we're talking sandwich.
Yo, waffle fries slap so hard.
What about waffles?
Also slap.
Waffle's a cake.
Waffles pretty close to cake. I think it depends
Hang
on
on.
how much syrup
I've been
you're
fucking
putting
around
on
this
it.
entire time. Oh, no. I've been fucking around this whole time. If waffle's not a cake, I quit the podcast. A waffle is literally a cake, but harder.
Yeah, you're not putting enough syrup on that bad boy. It's a soup.
You didn't say syrup and waffles, fucker. You said waffle.
Everybody knows, Joshua.
Some people don't eat syrup with waffles. They just put
I don't want
butter
them to
on it.
listen to our podcast. So
This is crazy.
you know what?
Waffle is cake.
I'll concede with you on that one. That's the only one you get.
Why even add the cake category if none of them are going to be cake is all I'm saying.
Because I didn't think about it. Mashed potatoes,
Cake.
cake.
Yeah.
Meatballs.
Soup.
Cake. Huh? Oh, because you're thinking with the sauce?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like an individual meatball removed.
Yeah, individual meatball.
You didn't say
removed.
meatball and sauce, so I
I'm
has to-
sorry. Okay. Jesus
What
Christ.
did I say meatloaf was?
Hey, we don't talk about Jesus Christ on this podcast.
Editor, bleep that out, please.
What did I say meatloaf
We've got
was?
other people's feelings to consider.
You said meatloaf was a cake.
Then meatloaf
Wait,
is-
no, you said meatloaf was steak.
So meatball is steak.
Incorrect.
I'm consistent. You can't take that away from me.
Reese's peanut butter cup.
Sandwich. Yeah.
This one I might argue that is a cake.
How?
It's just a cake with a.
No.
You think a sandwich? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
No, because the whole thing about a cake is they're mixed.
Yeah, you're right. It's not mixed enough.
But also in this case, would a cheesecake be? Would pies not be cake? Like a cheesecake would be technically a
depends.
sandwich, right? Because there's a hard crust that delivers
Yeah, I
the
would say it's a
cheesecake.
sandwich.
Cheesecake, yes.
New York cheesecake where there's no graham cracker crust? No, that's a
Cake.
cake.
Yeah.
That's a cheesy cake. Boba tea?
Cereal.
I'm going to go soup.
Yeah, that's a soup.
I meant soup. Sorry.
Do you guys know how hard it is to think of really fucking tough ones? I feel like I would thought there'd be a little bit more debate here.
Asparagus with bacon on it.
Shepherd's pie.
Shepherd's pie, I think, is a cake.
No. I would go sandwich for the same reason as cheesecake.
Shepherd's
No,
pies don't have a crust.
Oh, every time I've made it, it has like a potato crust.
I would call it a salad.
I could see salad for a shepherd's pie.
Because I
say
don't think the
salad.
potato is solid enough to consist as the delivery medium.
I gotcha. I think that's a really good tough one.
Or like, what about like just any casserole?
I had white people casseroles.
White people. Okay. White people is soup.
You think a casserole is a soup?
Yeah.
This one is a hard toss-up because
Depends on the soup. Salad.
every white person casserole, cream of mushroom soup in it.
Or
That's
cream of
true.
chicken?
Or both.
Probably both.
And potentially cream of celery.
So I feel like it's really trying to be a soup.
Depends on how dry you get it.
But some of them almost cakes.
That's what I feel like it's probably.
I feel like you guys don't know what a cake is.
Yeah.
If there's defined noodles in a white people casserole, that can't be a cake. No cake has like the whole thing about a cake is it's a solid thing of the same consistency. So like you can't have something that has like I can see a noodle. That immediately removes it from the cake discussion. That's immediately a cereal or a soup. You have to take it there. Soup or a sandwich or a salad.
You're really caught up on the cereal. This one, I feel like there's a lot of controversy behind this one. Lasagna. What do we think lasagna?
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna go sandwich.
I think if in the rules of this game, you'd have to go sandwich, but I would label it more as a meat cake, like on a day-to-day vernacular.
See, in my head, I can only think of it as a cake. And I see a lot of people online saying it's a sandwich, but at the same time, the way I think of the sandwich, there's a little bit of controversy going on, and there's really hard to find a strict definition of what makes it a sandwich. I think it needs a medium to deliver it to you. Some people say it just needs to be a starch. It needs to be like in between two starches.
No, I disagree with that.
See, I disagree with that too. And so I think lasagna, salad. It's just a layered salad. It's a 7-layer salad.
I could see that.
Doesn't that piss you off though?
I don't see how you think it could be a cake though, because by your argument,
My brain wants it to be a cake.
No. In the context of this discussion, it can't be cake. But like day to day, it's closer to a cake than it is a sandwich.
Your heart,
All right.
your heart says cake.
because it kind of looks like a slice of cake.
Well, and also like if you put a lasagna on top of another lasagna, do you have two lasagnas stacked on each other, or do you have one big lasagna?
That's
If you take one
Great
cake and
question.
stack it on the other cake, do you have two cakes stacked on top of each other, or you have one cake?
depends on
very
the
similar.
frosting.
It's very similar.
Are you frosting it all together,
Okay.
or do you have two separate?
How much spit is in the frosting?
Oh,
What do we think? Deep dish pizza.
soup.
It's not soup. It's not soup.
It's soup.
It's a
There's
sandwich.
too much sauce. It's
What would you
soup.
call normal pizza?
It's soup in a bread bowl.
What would you? It's you guys are having bad pizza.
I would say a deep dish pizza. It's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich. What would you call a normal pizza?
All pizzas are open face sandwiches.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could argue for a salad.
I think the fact that it has a clear slice that
I think the fact that it has a solid base,
What is lettuce then?
but it's individual lettuce eye.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
so
plural of
is-
lettuces.
Slices of pizza.
No. But like the thing about a salad is you can individually pick out one piece of lettuce, one cherry tomato, one piece of chicken. But with pizza, you can take off some of the ingredients, but you can't be like.
You can take off all of the ingredients.
But
of
you
pizza.
can't like take the crust out
Sure you can.
easily.
No,
The thing about
you're
the salad
crazy.
is that they're easily identifiable individual objects.
Yeah.
In
I think
this
you're
game,
crazy on this
in this
one.
game, you can't be like, let me grab the sauce, and then you have all of the sauce, or you know what I mean?
Soup in a bread bowl.
Soup.
Sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
No, it's a soup.
It's in a delivery medium.
If I eat the bowl after I drink soup out of it, is that now a sandwich?
Yep.
That's insane. That's asinine. Bread bowl is steak. You can't take
But
soup.
Okay, potato soup in a bread bowl. Panera potato soup in a bread bowl.
Never been it. Never had it.
Yeah,
I
same.
have no context of what you're saying.
It's a sandwich.
I disagree.
Jimmy John's number 6, unwitched.
Now, let's go back to the soup 1 second, please. So let's say I have a soup and then I dip bread in it. Does that make the thing that I'm eating, the dipped bread, a sandwich?
Yes.
That sandwich
Chips,
is
so like
now
chips and salsa is a sandwich?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Interesting. I would go, would I say that's a salad?
I don't know. Would you?
Pico de gallo?
Is it a cake?
salad? Salsa. Soup
Soup.
until you put a chip in and now it's a sandwich.
Interesting.
100%.
I like this a lot, actually.
Now we're finding out.
Jimmy John's unwich is a sandwich.
This is another one your heart wants to say salad. There's lettuce right there.
Could be a cake.
No.
No, you're right.
But
It
it's a
can't be
sandwich.
cake.
It's a sandwich.
Yeah. But like, you could literally just like unwrap it from the paper and now it's a salad.
Yeah, but
Because the paper, you don't eat the paper.
no, but the way they deliver it to you, it's meant to be on that big old leaf of lettuce.
Can I tell you, they really turned. I had like 5 unwitches and I was like, these are amazing. And then the next probably 100 I've had, I'm like, this is disgusting. Why did I get this? That's too
Were
wet.
you on
the lettuce
keto
is too wet.
when you started it, and then off keto when you tried them again?
No.
Okay. See, because I tried them while I was on keto, and I was like, these fucking rock. But it was like, I had a single carb in forever. And then I tried one after getting off of keto. I'm like, these are absolutely dog shit. How did I lie to myself?
I think they'd be okay if they just dried the lettuce. It's just sopping wet lettuce, so you bite into it and it's just water.
This is why
Maybe it's
it's a
spit.
soup.
Maybe it's
Oh, fuck. We might have been going on this one for a little too long. Let's head on over to
Soda
the next
with
soup.
ice.
It's got ice in it. It's a soup.
Soup.
So does the steak, you fools.
Absolutely.
Ice is also steak.
I slop them up. And before every listener story, we always have a listener submitted sound, and this sound comes to us straight from Anthony. Coming in, yeah. Coming in, yeah. Coming at you live and alive from sunny Los Angeles, California.
Incorrect. Oh, you're going to handle it, Dick, for sure.
And guess what she is?
Imagine me saying that when he puts his cock in it. Cocktail. I'm so sorry.
Eric, I don't want you to be my hairdresser. I disagree with your way of life. What? There's so many swears about balls and dicks. Loved that. Thank you, Anthony.
It's great.
You guys have really came out with the big guns these last couple of weeks. It's been insane.
I love those. Those are so fun.
If you want to send in a listener submitted sound, do that at judgiespot@gmail.com and label it listener submitted sound.
This listener submission
Story.
Chug, 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 chug. Oh my God, you're going to be so freaking blasted after that.
Let me scroll to the bottom. And
Dude, stop. You're going to be so just turned.
This comes from a fellow piss baby on Instagram.
Okay. Before you start, Christian, Don.
What's that say?
I don't need to know what it says for me. You want to see what it says? I don't want it to be spoiled.
Certified dick.
That's what you get for not laughing at my frickin' killer joke about the cake things.
I honestly think it's more of steak. You're right.
It rhymes. It has to be the same thing.
Fits you really well, actually.
Thanksgiving Day turkey?
Steak!
Steak.
Ooh, sandwich. If it has
Sandwich?
stuffing in it.
Got stuffing in it.
Hey, Judgies.
Hello.
Hello.
I love your podcast and know how much Erica loves hot gossip.
She does.
So I knew you were the right team for my dilemma. Names in this story will be changed in case you read this, and there's a high chance my significant other could hear, as I always have your podcast on in the background to help me get through my day.
Sorry, Keith.
Would I be the asshole if I slept with my old fling after my husband said he's okay with me getting pleasure outside of our marriage?
Okay.
I think this is opening up a door to feelings getting hurt.
For context, my husband and I have been together for nearly 9 years. When we were still dating and first married, we were sexually active, frequently, like bunnies. But now, after a major surgery and other medical issues, my husband has not been able to be with me intimately, going on 4 years now. At first, I completely understood, as I'm not a monster and never pushed or rushed him. But lately, he's noticed that my sex drive is nearly fully gone, and I don't even use other means to satisfy my needs. We all get what she's saying there.
Yeah. Spitting on a vibrator.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, this has him feeling extremely guilty. He brought up to me recently that he knew even when dating that I have a high sex drive, and he's sad he cannot satisfy me anymore. I assured him I was fine and that it doesn't matter to me anymore. Our companionship and our marriage is enough. In the nicest way possible, he called me a liar. He told me...
You fucking liar.
I know you better than
You
that.
piece of shit.
He then told me he is okay and would understand if I decided to have sex with somebody to satisfy my needs outside of our marriage. He talked about the subject as if it was something scientific that I would need before I end up leaving him, as one part of me was not fulfilled.
Okay.
He swears it won't bother him as long as he doesn't get told the details or know when it will happen, only saying it was done after the fact. At first, I wouldn't even entertain the idea. It was laughable. But ever since he brought it up, I can't stop imagining the idea of sleeping with someone, and it's begun to spark lust that I thought was gone. It's kind of sexy to imagine being ravished again.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the dilemma. I have a friend I've known since high school. Let's call him Gus.
Let's call him something else.
Okay.
Bust.
She said Gustavo.
Perfect.
That's way high.
Way better. Way hotter.
Okay. Gustavo and I dated in high school for a bit, but it didn't work out. We tried again when we were in our 20s and realized quickly that our relationship was just friendship and sex, nothing more. Though he has been there for me at important times in my life and I was there for him when he needed me, we could never make our friendship love into a committed relationship love. Since we've known each other over 22 years, we have a really close bond. I won't lie, I always hoped we would end up together.
Ooh.
But it was a good thing that didn't work out.
Yeah.
As he went on to do big things and I found my husband.
This is not the guy to do this with.
I don't like that immediately.
Anyways, 5 months ago, Gustavo and his then girlfriend broke up. I helped him through it, which meant us talking a lot. Recently, during one of our deep talks, I laughingly brought up my husband's plan to allow me to go get some. I honestly thought he was going to laugh along with me, even make jokes about going to bars to pick up a stranger. Instead, he offered to take care of my needs for me.
Perfect, yeah.
He brought up that we have been together sexually without meaning anything before. He was clear this would be a beneficial exchange, as he had not been intimate with his ex for some time as well. He reminded me that we are two adults that know each other's sexual enjoyments and have been successful in fulfilling that need in the past. All of this was to say, I don't know what to do. My mind has fantasized about the two of us having sex ever since. But because of our past over a decade and a half ago, I don't know if he should be the man I do this with. So would I be the asshole if I slept with my old fling Gustavo after my husband said it was okay to have sex outside of our marriage?
Yes.
Let's get a name for our listener here.
Ruth.
All right, Ruth, listen.
We've used Ruth before.
Sandra.
All right, Sandy,
Sandy.
listen. No, bad.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah.
You shouldn't say he went on to do better things and I got married.
Yeah.
I really hoped I would get with him.
It's bad. And like maybe you're being clouded by recent developments of your relationship with him and your husband, but oof.
And the fact that she's saying, like, I hoped I would always end up with him. Like,
Yeah.
This is bad.
even though you say that you don't have any romantic feelings for them anymore,
Yeah.
saying that you always hoped you'd end up together, like,
Yeah. Here's the other part of it. The way your husband told you he felt about it, that he would be fine with it knowing after the fact, it probably means he doesn't want it to be somebody that he knows
Right.
and will have to see possibly in his day-to-day
Correct.
life.
I mean,
Your husband is thinking stranger.
yeah. The best possible solution would be like some sort of escort service. That way it's like professional, it's safe, it's clean, you know what's going on. And I imagine that's somewhat similar to what your husband was expecting. This is probably one of the worst possible solutions.
I understand the convenience of it. Like,
Yes.
you've
You know
already,
somebody, yeah.
you've already been intimate with this person, so it's not going to be awkward. You know them, on a deeper level, so you know that you're not going to get hurt by the situation. But really, it's not. No,
I
you
guess
shouldn't do that.
the only way to have this happen would be to talk to your husband and say, no, you didn't want to know beforehand, but is Gustavo off limits? And if he says no, then I guess you can proceed, but your marriage is gonna end. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
Yeah.
This
that-
is not gonna
That's
work
a
out
recipe
well.
for disaster.
Yeah. The way you talked about your
Yeah.
guys' past, it more sounded like, the timing just wasn't right for you guys to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
But the way you talked about it, you had romantic feelings towards them.
yeah,
And
Just the fact that they've maintained that relationship too, as
that
well.
friendship.
yeah,
Yeah.
that shows that you had more of a connection than just like physical.
Yeah.
You have an emotional relationship with each
Yeah,
other.
whether or not it was platonic or whatever is almost moot. Yeah, it's strange. Worst person to do it with.
Yes.
That's someone like you'd have to ask your husband and say, I know you didn't want to know, but is this a possibility? And when he says no, what the fuck? I meant a stranger. Then you'll be like, okay, rules are clear now.
I guess if they were truly like certain that, hey, we are just friends with benefits,
Yeah.
which I don't believe is going to be the
Not
case
the way she
here.
thought.
It can be the case. I just don't think this case is that case.
Correct. But if he was okay with that, I do think it would be safer to have just this one person that you're
Yeah.
consistently with.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as that person is also just with you.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't have to hold up that end of the bargain.
Honestly, just get tested.
Yeah.
Just wear a condom and get tested for.
I guess in this case, her like it's never gonna affect the husband if she doesn't get tested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Unless-
it's her. What I mean by that is it's her personal responsibility for her own self. So like that's one positive on it.
Some sexually transmitted diseases are transmissible not just through sex, Joshua.
Like what?
She does spit in her food to thin out the sauces. So
Hepatitis, for example.
Yeah, but that one doesn't really count. That one stays in Vegas.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a paper on that in high school. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
that's not where I thought you were going to go with that.
What do you think is sexier, her poos or her peas?
What?
I don't know. It's just a fun little play on words.
Give me the
I'm
carrot
pissed.
I can't. I'm
You know what?
pooed.
Yeah, you know what?
back. Boo. Thank you.
That's how we all feel about it.
Yeah.
Collectively, all
You can
40,000
honestly
of
just
us.
cut that whole joke out. It was,
I think Christian would want to leave it in to make me look bad.
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Maybe I'll
do
tweet it
love-
tonight, and if it goes freaking viral, you guys owe me 1,000 high fives.
No.
My hand would be
50?
raw after 1,000.
Let's just spit on it.
Okay, that's kind of hot.
Yeah, Beth, Ruth, Sandy, worst person it's gonna get muddied. You can't say stuff like "I wish we always ended up and the timing wasn't right," and now the timing is right, and now you're gonna end up together.
Yeah. It's not gonna pan out well.
Sorry.
Do we have time? for
Yes.
another one?
Get on Hinge or something. I don't know.
Just be safe.
Yes. Safety is obviously number one concern.
This one. Let me scroll to the bottom. Does not say if I can say their name.
Just
So
make one up.
Julie.
Okay.
We use Julie all the time.
Shut up. No, we don't. Juniper.
We don't use Juniper all the time.
Am I the asshole for telling my mother-in-law that I will leave all unnecessary gifts she buys at her house?
And this is a
Okay.
listener submission.
Yes.
Proper.
Yes, sent to me on Instagram. My female 23 husband, 24 male, and I were starting the process of moving into our first house after living in an apartment together for 4 years.
Hooray.
The house is 1,200 square feet, one
Barely
bedroom,
a house, honestly.
one bath.
Fuck you. You elite shit. With my 1,400 square foot house, you fucker.
My house is
Peasant.
2,000 square feet.
Is ours only 1,400?
It's 1,700, but I don't think that's true.
One bed, one bath. It's a small manufactured home that is overlooking the water. The back of the house is
Oh, okay.
How cute.
You got me beat.
The back of the house is one big Florida room, kind of like a sunroom, a room with large windows covering the walls. Honey, that's a lanai.
Did you say Florida room?
Florida.
Huh, I've never
Like
heard of
the
that
state?
term.
The Florida room is separated in two by a sliding glass door, where one side is the dining room and the other is an unfinished storage room. In the middle of renovating our house, I found out I was pregnant.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Our plan is to convert the unfinished storage room into our nursery. The problem is, my mother-in-law is a huge shopaholic,
Okay, hate that for you.
like the kind that buys Christmas presents in April. Each person in our large family getting 20 plus presents
Whoa.
each year.
Okay, why are we complaining?
Hey, invite me to Christmas. You know what I mean?
Most of them are useful, but some, even she'll admit, are useless/gag gifts.
Okay.
As soon as I told her I was pregnant, she started sending me dozens of baby things off Amazon and Target. Most were useless, like large play sets and big walkers. They're not useless.
Just
You
not.
just don't need them right now.
Okay, right.
I very kindly sent her a text saying, just a heads up, the house we're moving into is pretty small. We don't have any room for things that aren't the basic necessities. So please try not to get the big things. She responded with, whatever, I'll do what I want.
Okay.
Just ask your sister-in-law.
Woof.
Ugh.
This really bothered me
This-
because I felt like I wasn't being respected as a mom.
The
Being
mother-in-law.
respected as a human.
The mother-in-law thinks that she was being cute. I feel like. I
Maybe.
feel like she thinks she was being like, I'm gonna shower you no matter what you say.
I'm just that kind of meme.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But it is not a good thing.
Well, surprise, we found out at my first ultrasound that I'm having twins. That means double everything. After the news settled, I once again reminded mother-in-law over text, Just a reminder, please don't buy any of the big unnecessary things and toys. Especially now that there's 2 of them, we really only have room for the basic necessities.
Do you really need double everything with twins? I feel like you still probably only need around the same amount of toys. They're not using all the toys at once. You can split the toys.
You know, we have 2 great parents in our lives that would be able to answer that. Both of your siblings have a set of twins. We could ask them.
Yeah.
They
Want me to
both
call them right now.
You do need 2, Jeep cars to drive around in. You can't share that.
There's
The little
2
Jeeps.
There's 2 seats in a Jeep.
Yeah, but
Josh.
only one steering wheel, fucker.
She responded.
Well, that's for the smarter kid.
She responded with the exact same text. Whatever. Grandma will do what she wants. Just ask sister-in-law. She had to take 3 trips after her baby shower because of all the stuff I bought.
That's not a good thing necessarily.
And I give your nephew a big new toy every time he comes over, and I plan to do the same for the twins.
I guess we start selling the shit.
Angry, I replied, okay then, anything that doesn't fit at our house can stay at yours. She didn't respond, and I thought all was calm until Thanksgiving. After dinner, we were all laying about when mother-in-law very loudly stated,
Is this turkey a sandwich or a salad?
I could argue a soup.
what did
With the gravy I put on it?
what did we name our listener?
Juniper.
Very loudly stated, Juniper told me that I'm not allowed to spoil the twins. I received so many angry looks, so I said, no, I told you not to buy unnecessary crap that they don't need and won't fit into our small house. We only need the basics. We can't fit all the large toys. Her response was exactly the same as before. Whatever, I'll do what I want, right, sister-in-law? The other daughter.
Sister-in-law is catching a ton of flack here.
Sister-in-law said, yeah, after my baby shower, I had so much crap, I had nowhere to put it. Some of the stuff I haven't even used yet, and her shower was 3 years ago.
Oof.
So my response was exactly the same too. Fine. Then anything that doesn't fit at our house is staying at your house. That pissed her off. She responded with, no. My husband cut her off and said, then it's all going in the trash. Just donate it.
Yeah.
Or return it.
Or sell it on Facebook Marketplace.
From then on, she has only sent me the basic necessary things.
Perfect.
I'm only 4 months pregnant right now, so I'm not sure if she has finally listened to me or is just buying the extra crap and not telling me. I guess we'll find out in March. Okay.
I'm glad it turned out well for you, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm glad your husband's on your side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Far too oft do these stories be told to thee, and unfortunately, the husband's just like, that's my mom. We have to side with her no matter what.
Yeah, my gosh.
That sucks, but I'm glad that at least your husband's like, we're getting rid of it then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah,
2
honestly.
playpens that can only be used 3/4 of the year sometimes, depending on the weather. Insane.
Why would a playpen only be able to use in certain weather? I don't.
I guess I was
Can't use
thinking
them
of an
in spring.
outside one.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't have babies. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's fair.
I don't know shit about dick. I've never had sex. Do you people have sex for 25 minutes and rub? Don't know, Erica.
Boo. Thank you.
I was guesstimating.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
This sounds like it's a what's the metaphor? A spoil of. It's like you get too much stuff is a bad thing.
Yeah. No, what is that saying? What is that saying? It's like a needle in a haystack.
Something about virtue, abundance of.
Too much of a
needles?
good thing is a bad thing.
It's not that one. It's more smart sounding than that one.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Too much of a great thing can be a terrible thing.
Oh man, it's right on the tip of my taint. I can't think of
Tip
it.
the taint.
Yeah. What do you guys?
Which tip though? Like front tip or back tip?
Mine is so small. I have such a significantly small taint. It's kind of one tip.
This dude's got a tiny taint.
Because my balls are so massively big. The sack connects very
My
low.
balls go back so far.
My butthole goes up and my balls go back. It's my balls is the party, and the butthole is the business.
You know how Marjorie Taylor Greene's eyes are a little too close to each other?
That's
my nuts and butthole.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's gangrenous.
My taint looks like an Attack on Titan. We're getting too political, Erica.
Wait till you
Chill
see
it out.
my girlfriend's Kaiju gooch.
Can Kaiju Gooch be the name of our episode?
It can't. There's no way that clears. Cloud 10 would disown us.
Oh, that's so
Hey everybody, check out our new podcast come out. It's the Judgies. They episode 137 Kaiju Gooch. Kaiju kids, Kaiju wife.
This is unfortunate that I do have to name the episode Kaiju Gooch.
We can't do it on YouTube. We can name our podcast title whatever the hell we want. YouTube we can't. Maybe G***CH.
I'll just put the word Gucci.
Okay.
Kaiju Gucci?
Kaiju Gucci. Let's redo the bit, but I'll say Kaiju Gucci. That way it's not
No.
clickbait.
It doesn't work quite as well as Kaiju Gooch. Erica, where can they find us? Josh, are you looking up this saying? Yeah, Erica, where can they find us?
You, dear listener, can find us on social media platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. It's probably some other shit. And that's at Judgies Pod. That's JUDGIES Pod. And Christian, if they wanted to send us a listener submitted sound or oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Whoa.
Listener submission story, where could they do that?
You could send that to us as an email over at judgiespod@gmail.com and make sure to have in the subject line listener story or listener sound. That way we can organize them easier and find them so they're easier to read. Don't stop sending them on Instagram because it's so hard to sort. Too many. It's overwhelming to me now. And hey, Instagram's blowing the frick up. We've almost doubled in the last 7 days. How does that work?
That's pretty crazy.
And
That's it.
Josh couldn't find it. This is embarrassing. Bye.
So sad.
It's a blank of blank. It's a abundance of.
It's an ace of spades. And the Judgies love you.
Just fix it in post.
It's a blank of blank. It's a.
Hey, if you made it this far into the episode, go watch us on Twitch every Wednesday, you little fuckers. Don't act like you're busy. It's 6 o'clock p.m. CST. You'll see us there, you fucks.